was your impression of this night, of this place and the reaction of the crowd?
It's amazing. We came in and the place just looks really, really classic, like a really cool venue. Very just like conducive to this kind of music. You know, the acoustics are great. Like here, the bass drum drops. It's just like it echoes across it. And the crowd were like, they're really cool. They're like open-minded, and they sort of got more involved as it went along. I wish they'd come a little closer, but you know, I should have gone. You know, come a bit nearer. But no, it was cool, man.
I've seen you playing, if I'm not wrong, 3 times, and every time the track list was a little bit different.
Yeah.
So do you change your live set looking at what the reaction of the audience is?
Yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, if I'm doing sometimes if I'm doing an outdoor gig, maybe people prefer a quieter start, and you know, kind of adapt to that, and maybe do a longer intro. And then tonight I just felt it was right to kind of break into the louder stuff.
Well, as we journalists do, we always have to pigeonhole artists, and we always have to pigeonhole music. And well, dubstep has been a term that was referred to your productions. Is it correct, or is it in a way misleading?
I don't think it's. Yeah, I don't know, because I mean, it's not a genre which I don't really know anything about it. I haven't really listened to much of it, but like the area where I live in London, East London, Hackney, there's quite a lot of it around, so I think it entered my mind. But really, it's just a style of rhythm. It's just, you know, it's just the idea of having, you know, a bar and the snare drum being like a bar later, you know, a few beats later. It doesn't mean it has no effect on the actual music. So, you know, your rhythm can be dubstep influenced, but I'm not trying to make music that's in that genre, because, you know, it's not my world really. So yeah, I guess bits of it exist within it, but no, it's not mine.
One strange thing is the fact that now we've got loads of young artists, young producers coming out. I don't know, they might be 22 years old, 23. That's not your case. I mean, you got a huge history behind you, which is not as main performer on stage. Can you tell us something about that?
Yeah, I mean, really, I've only been performing my own music for the last year, really. Well, really since January, probably. So before that, I did make a couple of solo albums, but never did any live shows at all. And I was just more into producing other people and working with singers and bands, and just trying to add my own flavour to those things. And you know, this year has been a lot more fun, because now I'm playing my own thing. You know, even though I'm not 22 anymore, but I can still make as much noise as a 22-year-old, and I don't really. I think it's the good thing about being a little bit older is that you just don't care. You don't care about the genres. You just you know, if you want to play like breakbeat that sounds like kind of mid-90s, or you want to play things that are like influenced. Because I was like a massive Chemical Brothers fan of the early 90s when they were really. I think that stuff is still great. I just love the traditional build-up, breakdown thing, and just trying to take things from everywhere, and you know, just make whatever music you want, really.
But still, it's almost unbelievable that you have waited for so many time before putting yourself on stage. Was it just a matter of, I don't know, a lack of ego, or was it anything else?
I think, I mean, when I did my second album, 2004, I kind of hoped that it would go this way, and maybe I would get some live things going, but it just didn't. It didn't really work out. I mean, that was a time when bands were like, you know, there was a lot of 4-piece bands coming, and like, it didn't really seem the time, and I wasn't with the right label, and you know, maybe, you know, things weren't in place at that point. So I sort of thought, after a couple of months off the album, I thought, I'm going to go and produce other people and work with some singers and try and find something that I really love doing. And then finally I kind of started writing this new record, which summed up all the other experiences I've had with music and other artists I've worked with. And now I'm kind of, now I've found a way to play it that I'm quite happy with. So,
You have also found a good deal with a great label.
Yeah.
How did you get in touch with Domino?
Well, they actually got in touch with me. I'd been a fan for a long time, but from their publishing label just called me up one day and said, you know, do you want to come in for a meeting? And I met Lawrence, the head.
I guess you were surprised.
I was happy. It was great. And I went in. We talked about songwriting, because I was doing some writing, and I was like, well, I've got this new record as well, you know, and I played it to them. You know, they came down to the studio, and it went well. So here we are, really.
What are the good parts and the bad parts of working in the mainstream? I know you've been working a lot with Coldplay, for instance, and I guess it's just really a brand different universe compared to this. What are the good sides and the bad sides of it?
I guess the good sides are obvious. You have incredible experiences. You travel the world, and I opened for them a lot, and I did a lot of